Hello everyone, welcome to Amakhosi fan channel. This time, like, comment, subscribe, guys. Welcome back. Interesting Friday. Very interesting Friday. There's so many articles, so much news has been written about us today. Confirmation, links, and all those things, and I just want to bring some of them to your attention, and then I'll give you my views as I always do. But before I go there, here's the thing, and I want us to be careful about it, and I want us to agree. Like now, we're not going to agree with everything and every player that Kaizer Chiefs signs, right? Sure, we're not going to even agree about any of the players that you have signed new deals, like those who have renewed their contracts. We're not going to agree with that. One thing for a fact, but one thing that we can agree on is that we love Kaizer Chiefs. But in us loving Kaizer Chiefs, we need to be careful. Why am I saying so? During the week, Bobby was talking with Robert Marawa on 947, saying that, you know what, okay, he was asked about the contracts, transfers and all those things. Was like, when the time is right, we'll announce. At the moment, we can't announce anything because even the coach just recently is going to be coming, just recently came back from his holiday. So us to talk about who's coming and who's leaving and all those things, we can't talk about that. And you could hear the insults. Some are saying that he was talking nothing. There was nothing that he was saying. There was nothing. But he specified in terms of the transfers that when the time is right, he's gonna announce, or the club is gonna announce. And then he explains something that I want us to be careful about. He says that when we sign players, it's not one man's show, it's not one man's decision to say that, okay, we're going to get Ndlovu, for example. It's a collective decision that we as a board, and there's so many stakeholders that are included or involved when it comes to signing such and such a player, right? So it's not just only us. It's not just family, Mutaun family, because he then mentioned your Benso Hlodi and all other stakeholders, including the people, the scouts and the coach and everyone who is important in making those decisions. So he said that it doesn't boil down to one single individual. So therefore, we can't or say or send insults to one person just because they signed so and so. He says even the technical director is not the person who makes the final decision. So don't say Kaizer Jr. is the one who bought this player, or why did he buy this player and what. And he says that it's a collective effort, right? And he speaks about the scouting. He said that the scouting is no longer done by me going there with your Dr. Khumalo and look at the people and say, I like the player, and phone the club and say that, hey, I've seen someone. No, it says like now things are so advanced, things have evolved, like technology has evolved, that you know what, they can look at the stats. As you can see, like when the players are wearing those small bras where they have the readings of like the runs and all those things, the heartbeats, and he says even now we look at the attitude. We look at the attitude when a guy has lost and all those things, and that could be the reason why they did not even sign some of the players that we wanted. Because we know that we are divided when it comes to the players that we want. So I'm saying to you, we need to be careful, guys. We need to be careful. Let's love our club, but let's not divide our club. Yes, I understand that players that would divide us in terms of us supporting them and us going against them. I understand that, but once the management has made a decision, can you please support that decision and support each and every player and not boo our own players? There's no player out there who goes out or who will go out to perform badly on purpose. There's no such a player who can do that in the rightful mind, playing for their own employment, right? So there's been news, like guys, you've been hearing news. I told you, and I'm not gonna okay, let me just say, I'm still gonna tell you this. I don't break news. If it happens coincidentally that on the days that I'm recording that so and so has been signed, I'm gonna tell you about that. But I don't break news. I'm not gonna come on Tuesday or Thursday and say to you, yo, we have signed Ronaldinho. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. If it happens, it's because that day I decided to do it for whatever the reason, but I'm not going to break news. I am not going to jump into the recording and say that we have signed so because I'm too excited. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do my research, and I'm going to ask around those who are reliable, and I'm going to tell you. And sometimes they make mistakes. Guys, even your Fabrizio Romano, they make mistakes. Sometimes they make mistakes, or sometimes they're misled by the agents. So don't blame us, podcasters. Don't blame us when the news don't come out to be true, because also those people are misled. It happens all over the world. Your Fabrizio Romano will come and say, so and so is here, and go, here you go. And you find that, no, it's not true. Oh, he's going to say that, you know what, in few days, so and so will be confirmed. And you find that it's not true. So, yeah. So this is Jessica. We was talking to this on the launch of Toyota Cup yesterday, right? So there's someone who asked him a question about the transfers and blaming him and blaming the team and whatnot. She said that, you know what, one of those questions that was asked, I don't remember, it was on a specific question, but it was about transfers. It's like, but that question, it's not fair. It's like, it's nonsense. And I was like, she's out guns blazing, because you find that it's the same people who are asking the very same question that they were asking on Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday or Tuesday. Then they were asking the very same question, but the answer is still the same. When the time is right, Kaizer Chiefs will announce players. Not even one player has been announced except the outgoings. In terms of the incomings, there's not even one has been confirmed by Kaizer Chiefs, except the media that has confirmed those players. So this is what she said. Kaizer Chiefs, okay, the article by Austin Ndlovu reads like this. Kaizer Chiefs signed different types of players for next season, says Kaizer, Jessica Ndlovu rather. We are working hard for the season alongside with the technical team as well as all the other departments in management. You see, so many stakeholders, to make sure that we sign different types of players for the next season, said Jessica. Hopefully we'll see some of the new signings at the Toyota Cup. That should give you at least some excitement. And also add training in the preseason. There's something about signing players before the preseason that I want to probably just dwell on, or just like pause it there a bit. Signing players early, it means that the coach will have time to look at those players and to really plan around those players and to quickly help them to adjust their game here and there. But if you sign a player already, the preseason has started, that is a negative thing that can happen to a player. There is a negative thing that can happen to a player, because by that time, already the coach has already seen his starting 11. Or he has already seen the two starting 11s. Okay, this is the first 11, this is second 11. Okay, this one is not far from getting into the first team. This one for now will be a bench player. Okay, this one I see him as an influential team player who will come from the bench and change the game. So all those things the coach needs to look at and factor before. Basically what I'm saying is that the player who comes early into the preseason, who joins the preseason like from the start, has an advantage versus a player who comes or who joined the team at the beginning of the season just after the preseason is over. Right? Because the coach hadn't seen the player, not unless Nabi says that, you know what, I worked with you, for example. I worked with you for a longest of time. So I know you don't have to impress me. But the only thing that now you have to gel when it comes to playing with these new team players, right? So this is why I'm happy that Jessica speaks about this point, to say that we'll get to see these players during this cup, during the Toyota Cup, and also the fact that you are going to Netherlands, the preseason again. If we can sign all these players before the 3rd, which is next week, it would be nice. But some of them, if they're coming from overseas and even local, those players will need visas and all. So the timing, you can hear that the player did not even go overseas. Why? Because they did not have visa. And the thing is that we are there from the 3rd to the 17th, if I'm not mistaken. That's almost like 2 weeks. So imagine missing out on 2 weeks to see your ingredients, to see your own players that you will use at the beginning of the season. Because that pre-season will either be a make or break for some of the players. Some of the players, they might be a setback to MTC, those who've been promoted, right? And some of the players might be loaned out based on that preseason. So if you are not there, chances are, what if that you're going to play probably game number 5, game number 10? Why? Solely because the coach did not have enough time to see you during the preseason. Importance of preseason. So we are told this. We are told this. Let me start by those who've been confirmed. Not by the club yet. Thabiso Monyane signed. Paseka Mako signed. Ethan Chislett signed. Guys like your Flava Silva, a striker, a very good striker who played in Portugal. Very good striker. This guy is 29, if I'm not mistaken. He's leathered. Like you would see his profile. Scoring 23 goals in 29 games, scoring 7 goals, 6 goals in 13 games, for example, scoring so. But in totality, this guy, I don't want to misquote the figures. This guy, his profile, he's leathered. He's a leather striker. He's right-footed, but also is also comfortable with shooting with his left. Like you have seen, like guys like your Math, for example. He is so good at taking on players. He's a goal poacher, like he's a good finisher of those chances. Also, aerial is very good with his head. I see him more like your God's power in terms of aerial. On the foot, he can score both right and left. He's good like that. His finishing is good. But one thing that he tends to do, it might be negative to some, might not be negative to some. He's more like your Hurricane type of a striker, more like your Ranga type of a striker who drops deep to link with other players. It depends what the coach wants. If you want players who drops deep, or he wants players who just sit in the kitchen. Mark Williams said this. If you can't stand the heat in the kitchen, then get out of the kitchen. Meaning what? You must always be found in the kitchen. But strikers are not the same. And some they're playing based on the tactics of the coach, right? This one drops deep, connects very well, can take on players, can switch the play, can drop to the wing as well to make space for others, and then he can also cross the ball. But believe you me, his positioning and his timing to make into the box when he's coming from outside, he's very good. I'm still going to talk about him more. Right, that is Flava. And then we've been linked. Oh, it's been said now that I'll come back to Flava. It's been said now that this guy, Nkanyiso Shinga, has agreed on personal terms. He is a left back. When I look at him, he's 25 years, right? He was born in 2002. When I look at him, somehow I'm reminded of, don't say this, don't say this. But yeah, I'll say this. This guy, when I look at him, I'm reminded of Tsepo Masilela. We have never replaced Tsepo Masilela. I believe this guy, Kanyiso, that is going to replace Tsepo Masilela. Finally, is going to replace Tsepo Masilela. Tsepo Masilela, with his experience, also played in Kaizer, played overseas. This guy has played overseas. This guy is good carrier of a ball. Has good crosses. If you thought Mashiane has good crosses, this guy also has good crosses. Probably better than him. I don't know. This guy has good crosses. He has engine to drive up and down. And he just is not going to let you like 10 and then you attack him. If especially you have the ball and you face that direction. He's not going to give you space to allow you to 10. His intercepts are good. His interpasses, interlinks with other players are very good. So Lilepo is going to enjoy playing with this guy. He's also a free kick specialist. That's another plus. He takes set pieces, he takes your corners and all. He's also good there. Still gonna do more research on him. But rumor is he has agreed personal terms. Some will say that already he has signed. Some will say that he has already signed. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed with what I'm seeing. I'm really impressed with what I'm seeing Kaizer Chiefs is doing. So Calvert of the Best said that this guy has already agreed. Oh, now back to Flava, like I said, he has agreed terms with Kaizer Chiefs, right? He's only expected to arrive in South Africa and conclude the deal. So there was a rumor that this guy, Flava, still has a year in his contract and Kaizer Chiefs has bought him. We're still yet to see, but if Calvert says that this guy has already agreed personal terms, that would mean one thing, that Chiefs has agreed with his team, right? And then other news regarding this guy, Ganyis, Fapo said that this is a guy that you can trust. Who, he said that Kaizer Chiefs have signed this guy. He has signed Shinga. He has signed Shinga the left back. Then therefore, that means now there's only one player really who hasn't been confirmed that he has signed. But there are links linking us. Sorry about that. There are links linking us with Preseason Ndlovu. This is where we're gonna be divided. Preseason Ndlovu in 2016, 2017, season 2017, 2018, I think. He won Young Player of the Season, and then he won Player of the Season. Now he's 28. As he's 28, Kaizer Chiefs are in advanced talks with SuperSport to sign him. Right? You'd say, but why are we signing him if there are other players out there? And I'm saying to you now, Preseason plays two positions, DM and box to box, central midfield. This guy can play two positions. And since, yes, I know that we've been impressed and the coach is impressed with Mteto, but no one can sit Mteto down, rightfully so. Who's a DM in Kaizer Chiefs? Because we don't have DMs. We are lacking DMs who are experienced. This guy is coming with vast experience. And now that we are going to Africa, we need as much experience as we can get out there. If we are to sign Preseason, hard work, workhorse, he reminds me of the National Ngomash in terms of his workmanship. He works very hard. And he kicks like your Kazan and like your Ngomash. He kicks. You might say he's short in stature. Napoleon wasn't tall. Ngomash wasn't tall. So let that not discourage you. I would be happy if we are to sign Preseason Ndlovu. He's coming with experience. Kaizer Chiefs team that they are assembling for next season, it's going to be a very, very, very good team based on experience. Because we didn't just buy, we bought experience. In terms of midfield, I think now we are only left with one signing. Yes, one signing. Faisal. And then I'll say midfield, no, we are good. Other guys like your Sanele, your Mayambela and all, let's wait until they are confirmed. But in terms of the midfield, the center of the park, I would think that we are left with Faisal, and then I would say that we are good. Strikers, now God's power, it's not confirmed yet. Yes, there's a rumor that he has signed, so until he's signed and he's represented there, and your Flava and all other players, until they're all represented there, I think that we'll be left with a winger in this team. Because we have addressed the right back, it's not confirmed yet. in terms of Kaizer Chiefs standing out and saying we have signed so and so. But right back, left back, we kind of sorted. Ocon, by the look of things, we are not going to sign Ocon, just like erase that. So therefore, if we're not going to sign Ocon, we still need another centre back. You say you are covered. Sure, I hear you, but I think that you still need one centre back. We exposed when Dotley left. Cross to a certain extent, he did try that position. Dove did try, but we don't have you say McCarthy did try, but I think that we don't have a solid competitor for Dotley. On the right, we have Inasho, we have Zita, we have Given. I'm not convinced with Zita. Probably still gonna make me eat humble pie, but I'm not convinced. But guys, those are the news. I'll keep on updating you, and I'll dig deep, and I'm gonna go in detail with some of these players once they are confirmed, or once I see that, you know what, really solid links with us. But for now, I just want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about these guys who've been confirmed and those that you are linked with? I'll start with let's start at the back. Mhlengi, right back, left back. Now is this guy, Shinga, and then I want you, even those that you are linked with, Preseason, Chris Ledge, who else? Especially Chris Ledge, and then Flava. I want to hear your thoughts about those players, guys. And probably I might be missing another player. I want to hear those. I want to hear your comments, guys. I'm out. FC Amakhosi fan channel. Sunday here. Love you. Cheers.